Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning, Arvinda.
morning, Arun.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Anvita.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Good
Morning.
morning once again.
Good
Um, uh,
morning, Anvita.
yeah, I'm really happy to see, more than happy, I should say, excited to see each and every single person here, and specifically for people who have switched on the cameras. I really respect and I bow down to your commitment. So, as I have told in the previous class, I would like to repeat the same. Unless you're traveling, unless you are going somewhere, there is no other better reason not to switch on the camera unless you're sleeping also, huh? Wake up, freshen up, relax a little bit, and switch on the camera, attend, respect the session, and the session will respect you. So thank you for switching on the camera, and others, I believe there is a genuine reason. Welcome to Hire for Skills Skill Up RR session. um, this is our fifth session, and we have had the first session about David Goggins and altering the mindset, and then we had the next two sessions, session number 2 and 3, regarding effective communication strategies, and then we have had the fourth session on chat gpt mastery, and this is the fifth session. So first thing is that, if at all, on the first 5 sessions, if you feel that you want that recording, you can text me and get that recording. It's as simple as that. Even if you attend the previous session and if you feel that, okay, it would be great if I can get the recording of it to revise, ask me and get that recording. I want you guys to learn as much as possible. This is the first point. Now, on this session, this is very special to me. I'll tell you why. Because I believe everyone would have read the message, right? There are two important reasons why this session is very special. Reason number one, this today's topic is about a book. I believe everyone is aware. It's called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. This is one of the earliest book, or the first book. I myself forced myself to read, because that for I few people have told me already it is very difficult to read. I'll sleep when I start to read. It's boring to read. If you give me as a video, it's interesting to watch. So when I was also in the same zone, I forced myself to the habit of reading. This was that zone when I started doing that. So this is that first book for me. There is a second important reason why this session is special. Why? Because I believe you are aware, starting from effective communication session and this chat GPT session which happened last time, I've been giving some free assets. So every session, almost 40-50 people attend the session, and I say by the end of the session that, hey, there is a free asset. If you text me on WhatsApp, I'll share the asset. I don't know how gracious you guys are. Only 50% ask for that asset. I don't know why 50% is not asking. There can be only one good reason. Morning you wake up, switch on the session and sleep, and then by the end you don't even know what happens, and you are like, "Oh, what if I ask for the recording? What if he asked, did you not attend?" So if that is the case, please get the recording and watch it, because the asset was prepared for you. And the hard thing for me is that only 50% is asking for the asset. For 50% is not even they. I don't think they know about the asset, free asset. So if this is the first time you're listening, that's why at the beginning of the session I wanted to mention it. Before you fall asleep, let me put it up forward. If you want this asset, text me. You can get that relevant asset if at all you have not got it. And today's session, this is the first time where the asset is more valuable than the content. Right? Content is also important, but I have prepared this asset in such a way that you can take it home. There is multiple contents. I will show you what the asset is and asset has. Okay. So before we do that, let's quickly jump into the session. Welcome once again. Can you please raise your right hand? I just wanted to see if this is just a video or you are sitting. Okay, fine. Cool. Thank you. So in today's session, we will quickly jump into it. This what we are going to learn is Stephen R. Covey's Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. So this is one of the ancient or old leadership book, right? We have seen all those leadership mantras, the 5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma's Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and all those books. This is the predecessor of all these books, right? You see, this came during the time of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. By the way, that is also one of the book which will be coming in the upcoming session, a transformative book. So this Stephen R. Covey's Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, and we are going to add a modern topic also together with this particular book's content, which is time boxing. So this time boxing has been helpful for me for the past now almost 6 7 months, because I for a fact that I always struggle to manage time, and most of you know why, because of the task. So this time boxing is a new technique which I have learned, which is helping me to manage certain things and focus on certain things and eliminate certain time wasters from my daily schedule. So I will share the time boxing technique with these 7 habits. This is the agenda for today. So to begin today's session, I would like to add the story element. So 1989, this is the year when this book got released. 1989. So Stephen R. Covey, the person that we are talking about, he released a book called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. But once he released this book, um, there were like 40 million copies were sold worldwide. 40 million copies. Apparently, he became a millionaire because of this one book, and he has many other books as well. This the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People was released, and you know what happened? After decades, after 10 years, 20 years, many CEOs, world leaders, athletes, all started advocating for this book, all started to promote this book, all started to say that my success is because of this book. So why did it take 10, 20, 30 years? It is very important for you to understand why, because this book does not talk about quick fixes. What is quick fixes? It is like DIY. You do this, you get this. You do this, you get this. No, it is not that. What Stephen R. Covey taught, or the 7 habits, is actually timeless principles. When you start implementing, it will take some time for you to implement first. But then once you implement, it becomes your lifetime achievement. It becomes your lifetime habit. So that is the reason why it took 10, 20 years for people who read it, started implementing it, and to get result. It took 10, 20 years. Now, today, in this latest era that we are living currently, to apply this principle would not take 10, 20 years. It would take maybe 3, 4 months. But if you really try to implement the strategies, the 7 habits, in next 3, 4 months, you will see a transformative approach with respect to your process, with respect to your content, with respect to your thought process, and even your time management. Cool? So let's dive in. So today's core subject of this book, or if I could say the underlined pointer, is that you don't find time. Some few people ask me, how do you find time to do all these things? You don't find time. No one can discover time. Time is always going on. It is there, but you make time. You don't find time, but you make time. You don't chase priorities. You set priorities. You can't find, okay, which is a priority, which I should do, which is the low. You should be categorizing it, but you should be the one who would be setting, okay, this I would set it as high priority, this I would set it as low priority, I'll throw it away. You set priorities. And this is exactly what both this seven habits of highly effective people and the technique of time boxing will be teaching you today. Yeah. So let's quickly jump into the seven habits. Habit number one, which he speaks about in the book, is called be proactive. Be proactive. B space proactive. PROACTIVE. What do you mean by be proactive? So there is one quote: successful people are proactive and not reactive. If we want to become successful, we will have to be proactive, not reactive. What is the difference between proactive and reactive? So, all the people who are sitting here, you set up an alarm last night to wake up and then join this session. This is being proactive. Now, the moment when the alarm rang, you saw the alarm and then quit the alarm and thought about a reason to give Aravinda and get the recording. That's reactive. So proactive means you decide what has to happen. So I used to say to my friends, like one of my mentor taught me a mantra called as ABC AOC. What is ABC AOC? ABC means area beyond control. AOC means area of control. What is this area of control, area beyond control? Now, for me to be alert or come out of the sleep zone, I need a black coffee. I like a black coffee these days, right? Now, for me to get a black coffee, if I think that, okay, I want a black coffee to stay alert, awake, come out of the sleep. Now, is this ABC or AOC? This is AOC, area of control, which means I can decide, go put one and keep it here, correct? Now, if I think this coffee people could have prepared what is a different variety of a paneer based coffee. Paneer in the sense, not I'm not talking about paneer, I'm talking about that rose petals that coffee. No, this is area beyond control. It's not in my control. That coffee, that those companies should decide. Maybe I could take some rose petals, put it in my coffee. Now you choose. Any time you think about worrying about something, you know how my father is actually a ABC kind of a person. What is ABC kind of a person? When you drive car and he's sitting near you, from the moment you start the car till you end, he would complain about all the potholes in the road. Look how the road is like this. Look, the street light is not working. Look at this. Like, this is not under our control. What is the purpose of us worrying? If you say that this pothole is like this, would the pothole become good? No. It's all the government's hand. They only don't care. How will why does it matter that you care? So it is always important to only focus on AOC, not on ABC. When you have a problem, when you think this is a problem, just ask a question: is this AOC or ABC? AOC means it's area of control. I can take action, it will become right. ABC means area beyond control. It is not in my hand. Even though I worry, there will be nothing happening. If you can't do anything, then why are you worrying about it? If you can't do anything, why are you worrying about it? Throw it away. Focus only on AOC. Clear? So, in a similar way, what Stephen R. Covey says: be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. You take responsibility of your life. Don't say that, that is there, this is there. When you start giving reasons, you remember that first effective communication session pay we discussed about a formula called as 131. Remember 131? If you don't remember, get the effective communication recording, and there I will be explaining that. So use that 131 framework. One problem, three probable solution, one best solution out of the three probable solution. Take responsibility, own yourself. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there is actually a choice. Hare, no, Ravinda, you don't know what this guy did to me. That is something that has happened. Now, how do you react is your choice. Reaction is not because of what the other person did. Reaction is based on your choice. How do you decide to react to that? Very simple technique. Imagine today, if I come in front of you and I slap you very hard, Huh? Hello? If you don't react for this, it means you are physically present, mentally absent. Come back. I'm saying if I come in front of you with for no reason, I slap you very hard. I know only two of one thing would happen. One, you would slap me back, or some verbal abuse I will have to get ready to hear. Correct? Now imagine the same thing. Imagine you have a child who's 5 years old, or maybe your family members have a child who's 5 years old. You're holding the child like this, and the child slaps you harder. What would you do? Would you beat it back, or would you do verbal abuse? Nothing you will do. You will okay, fine, fine. Acha, acha, you hold it. I don't want to hold him. Now you understand what happened was same when I bet or when the child bet. It is the same beating that you get. But the difference is you choose how to react. Correct? Reactive people try to find reasons to complain, try to find reasons to escape. Acha, why didn't you do this? And that was this was that happened, this happened, this happened. This I think they did not support properly. They did not provide me. You find reasons to blame on. Proactive people find solutions so that you come out of it rather than giving reasons. Hello? When everyone complains about the market being slow, when everyone complains about the market being slow, the proactive people will be learning a new strategy to build a new opportunity. For example, when Hire for Skills was starting, people were talking about recession happening, IT industries problems happening. It'll be difficult to get a job. Companies don't tie up unless you have an establishment. So we found a way where we will do outreach, where we will learn practically. The students will be practically involving themselves into it, and the outcome is getting a best opportunity than if we could even tie up. Hello, being proactive to find a solution. First pointer is clear. Hello. Second pointer, second habit that Stephen R. Covey talks about is begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. So what is begin with the end in mind? For us to understand, I don't know about foreign people, but for Indians to understand, there is a best way to understand this begin with the end in mind is none other than Mr. Abdul Kalam. So our former president and one of the greatest scientists of all time, Shri Abdul Kalam, even in his book Vision 2020 or Wings of Fire, sorry, Wings of Fire, and even during all his speeches, he says about one thing: vision, goal, 2047, India being developed country. He always talked about vision. There is one quote of him which I like the most: dream is not what something that you see during sleep, but dream is the thing that doesn't let you sleep. If you would have listened to the dream in your sleep, you wouldn't have woken up. But you listen to the dream after your sleep, that what you want to become. That's why you're sitting here. Correct? You guys are the best example. Pat yourself on the shoulder. Pat yourself on the shoulder. No, what is that? Don't worry about someone who's standing behind you laughing at you. Pat yourself on the shoulder. You have chosen that dream. If you would have chosen the good dream which was coming in the sleep, you would have quit the alarm. Let me continue watching. Yeah, very good. Oh, nice. So Abdul Kalam talks about this. Begin with the end in mind. Whatever you task you start, whatever process that you decide to start, always think about what is the end goal. Why did I start this? You remember this was one of the point in David Goggins' book as well. Hello, cookie jar, cookie jar pointer. Think about all the problem struggles. Why did you start this? Take that cookie jar whenever you want. If you don't understand this, get that first recording from me, David Goggins' recording. So he says, begin with the end in mind. Every day, you should begin with a vision of where you want to go, not just the destination of where you want to go. I, though, for a fact, want to go to office today, but that's not my destination. every day. Are you guys seeing in the last 2 days we have released something in the social media from my company's perspective? Yesterday was a video interactive. This is the first time in 9 years of my company, first time someone has created an interactive demo. It's the biggest achievement in the company. Why? Because one, for a fact, our product is not easy to understand. To make it understandable, to make a visual present, it was difficult, and I did it the first time, that interactive demo. If you don't know what I'm speaking, go to my LinkedIn or Instagram, you will see the recent yesterday's post. So today I have a target. This was my yesterday's target. When I started my day, I thought today I will complete it, because I've been preparing it for 1 week. I thought today I will complete it. I launch it also. Until 3:30, it was not completely ready, but 4:30 it was released. Still, it is not perfect. Understand, there is a difference between waiting for perfection and starting for initiation. If you wait for perfection, it will never happen. But if you start the initiation, it will happen. For example, I don't know how many of you are in Hire for Skill Sigma batch. People will understand. In the market research, there is a thing: you prepare one PPT, send it to me first. Don't wait for all the beautiful things to happen. Send it to me. I will give the corrections. And then you create it again, send it back. If it is good in the first time only, I will tell it is good. Then you start preparing the other things. Don't wait for perfection. Start with the initiation. Very simple. So Stephen R. Covey talks about begin with the end in mind. So today morning when I woke up, when I have this habit of waking up and thinking, okay, what do I have to do today? Okay, there is one-on-one session at night 10 p.m. Okay, reverse. Okay, I have to prepare something for next Friday's session. Okay, reverse. Then I will have to make sure that everybody who texts me today should receive this recording and the free asset. Okay, reverse to that. Okay, today's my job is making sure that I have to release 7 case studies today, and a social media reel. We had a company retreat, 3 days, and in the 3 days we had strategic sessions and we had some fun. And I have prepared a reel and I have to release that reel today. That's my target. So I have so many targets and I have to clearly point out, okay, these are my priorities. Now I also have to prepare cold email, but today it's not a priority for me. Why? I have these other tasks and this will only take my day. So I'll move cold email to tomorrow. You're understanding? Begin with the end in mind. What is the end goal? By today night 10 p.m. when I sit like this, what I should have achieved? This is daily goals. And end goal is also very important. When you do certain tasks, what is the end achievement that I'm trying to do? I want to become an SDR, I want to become that, I want to work in this. You have to think about the end in mind. So he says, ask yourself every morning. Ask yourself every morning, what would make today meaningful? Oh, simple, beautiful sentence it is. Ask yourself every morning, what would make today meaningful? If you think there are certain things which you had planned which will not make today meaningful, throw that away from your calendar. Very simple. Say, I'll give you an example. In Tamil, there is an actor called Dhanush. I believe few people know Dhanush. And there is a movie of Dhanush released called Idli Kada. We all know Italy, right? Idli Kada. There is a movie called Idli Kada released, and people, it's like positive reviews are coming, and people are saying it's very good, very feel good movie. I thought of watching it this Sunday. Then Sunday morning, I decided to calculate my schedule, and I understood that I was busy till Saturday, which my one-on-one schedules are coming on Sunday, and I had to make few calls to the Sigma people. Then I saw the calendar. I was not able to see Idli Kada fitting in anywhere. What did I do? I threw it away. I thought, okay, it will anyway come in OTT. I will watch during OTT. I threw that list out of my thing. Why? Because we prioritize what is necessary. Correct? This is the second habit. Third habit that he talks about is put first things first. Put first things first. Stephen R. Covey calls this habit as the habit of priority. He calls this as the habit of priority. Put first things first. So he says, categorize your daily tasks. So you see, understand one thing: Stephen R. Covey in every habit talks about daily. It doesn't talk about end vision. It does. On the other hand, David Goggins talks about the mission, the goal. But Stephen R. Covey only talks about the daily activities. Why? Because Stephen R. Covey believes that everyday activities what is it becomes that wholehearted goal at the end of the day. So to reach that goal, every single day matters. Do you agree? It's like a further drill down book. So he says, don't fill your day with low priority activities. So every day, whatever task that you have, categorize it with high, medium, low. High, medium, low. Don't worry, there are all these 7 habits I have combined, and I have prepared an Excel sheet which I will share it with you so that it will be easy for you to track. If you want to track, you can track. And I have prepared that for you guys, right? I have prepared it for myself, but I'll give it to you guys. Okay, I have to be clear. So this is called habit of priority, where you prioritize your task, whether it is high, whether it is medium, where it is low. Certain times low priority is needed. It is not that low priority means throw that away. Sometimes low, say for example, I may also become burnt out. I will become too much tired. At that time, watching Italy Kade or some other Kade movie is very important for me. Why? To relax myself. So low priority becomes an important thing. So you categorize low, high, and medium based on the where and when you should do those tasks. Right? He says, don't fill your day with low value work. Focus on the four quadrants. What is four quadrants? So this is the first time he introduces a new topic called as the four quadrants of time management. So I would like to share the screen and show that to you very quickly. And I'm going to give this to you. Don't worry. I'm sharing this as an free asset today. So you will get this PDF. Everyone is able to see the screen. It's called Stephen R. Covey's time management matrix. So he apparently says there are four quadrants: quadrant one, quadrant two, quadrant three, quadrant four. So if you see, quadrant one is important and urgent. These are important and it is also urgent. Second quadrant is important, not urgent. Third quadrant is not important but urgent. Fourth quadrant is not important, not urgent. So he asks us to categorize all the tasks based on whatever tasks that you have. How many of you have felt that, "Arey, since long time I have decided to do something but I have not done. That is pending for me in my mind. I had to do it, I had to do it, but I'm not able to do it." So what he says, all those tasks that you have in your mind, put it into four quadrants, whether it is important, urgent, whether it is important, not urgent, whether it is not important, urgent, or not important, not urgent. Once you categorize it, what he says, always focus on the first quadrant, which is important and urgent. Whatever is important for you to do and how urgent it is, time factor. Then second quadrant, focus on second quadrant, which is not important. It's important, but it's not urgent. Not urgent now. So we can choose whether I have to do it now. So I just told you today, today's priority is case studies. But cold email, even though it is important, it's not urgent. I can do it tomorrow also. Correct? Because cold email launching is next Tuesday. I have time for it. Even though it is important, I have time for it. So it is not urgent. Do you guys agree? Next is not important but urgent. What is not important and urgent? Say watching that movie is not important but urgent. Why? Because in theater they will remove it from the theater. If you want a theater experience, you have to go when it is running in the theater. Correct? But it is not important but urgent factor is there. What is the fourth quadrant? Not important, not urgent. It's not important also, not urgent also, but you have been thinking about it. Only when you put your tasks under these four categories, you will be able to see, okay, these are important and urgent. Okay, these tasks which I thought in my mind that I had to do is actually a low priority one. I can even skip it. I can even choose not to do. So you see, all the top level leaders categorize their tasks based on these four quadrants, and they throw away the fourth quadrant cut task. If anything comes and fills into fourth quadrant, they'll keep it either optional or they will throw it away unless it is added in the first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant priority quadrants. So the first three quadrants are called priority quadrants, where first one is called as high priority, second one is called as medium priority, third one is called as low priority, and fourth one is out of priority. You guys understand? Cool. stopping sharing. This you will get it so that you can download, print out, and write it, or in a digital copy you can work on. I am sharing it with you. You can do it. Okay. So this is the third habit. Put first things first. Now he talks about the fourth habit. Very important topic is think win-win. Think win-win. So what do you mean by win-win? So this is mostly applicable in sales and leadership. See, in sales and leadership, or basically in life, if you see, you don't have to win by making others lose. Always think about a policy where you can win by making others win. To give you another quote on slightly promoting hire for skills here, hire for skills win is only when you win. Correct? If you lose, hire for skills will loses. We have 5 new placements. We have not created poster yet. We are in that situation now. We have 5 new placements. We have not created poster yet. Once we create posters, we'll start releasing it. So that win is actually a win for us. Yesterday, when I was speaking to a person, he was asking me, "Bro, how is the outreach going?" I said, "Good, bro. It's all good. Outreach process is good." Bro, why? Because I have not seen any placement posters from Hire for Skills. Everything good. Like, Hare, you care so much. Don't worry, bro. It is there. We have not posted. Why? Because we are categorizing things. So I understood that our winning, Hire for Skills winning, is labeled based on the winning of our candidates. It's a win-win situation that Hire for Skills is focusing. And each and every single moment of your life, you think like that. If you're a manager, think like that. If you're an employee, think like that. Win-win situation is what is needed. Correct? True success happens when both sides grows. What is both sides? It can be your customer. So in B2B SaaS sales, one of the most important mindset you should have is win-win mindset. If B2C पे कुछ भी चलेगा, you do something, do some golmaal, do a sale. It's okay. I'm not criticizing B2C, but I'm talking about not every B2C, but still. But B2B SaaS sales is not like that. Unless and until you make the customer win, you can't win. So instead of pushing a deal, co-create a solution, make a win-win solution. So there is a book called Selling With by Nate Nasrell, and it's one of the well-acclaimed book in the sales community. It's called Selling With. And this Selling With by Nate Nasrell talks about this concept of building champions. You see, even B2B SaaS sales, few people would have heard called building champions, influencers, decision makers. Now, building champion itself means you are building someone who would take this as his win. If your product gets implemented in his company, it is his success. He can celebrate his success. I'll give you one more example. For people who don't know, my company Brand Intel, we have implemented one of our customers is Tata Motors. They pay us monthly 22 lakhs. Big operation. Now, Tata Motors pay. Who initiated this conversation first? Today, entire Tata Motors is using. Every dealership outlet in India uses our tool. But how did it start? It started with one person called as Satya Mohanty. Satya Mohanty is today the general manager of finance for Tata Motors EV segment. For people who don't know, Tata Motors is now splitting into two companies. One is Tata Motors commercial vehicle, buses, trucks, and all those things, and Tata Motors EV passenger vehicle, where electric vehicle, passenger vehicle are riding cars and everything is there. So two companies it is going to split. So earlier he was for Tata Motors, now he's only for EVPV, passenger vehicle and electric vehicle segment. So yesterday, Satya had a meeting in his office to present the success of Brand Intel. So he called us and said, "Hey, Aravinda, can you do me? I have a presentation to do today 4:30. Can you prepare a presentation of all the success brand?" So he's asking me, "You only put it and give it to me." So then we prepared yesterday very quickly. We prepared a presentation, shared it with them. Oh, you understand one thing? Success of Brandel is his success, correct? Satya can proudly say it's my success. I implemented this in Tata Motors. It will become in his resume that implemented this solution in Tata Motors and made this problem and created that a solution, correct? Understand in B2B sales is very important to understand you're not just selling something, you're providing a solution, and that person who first you interact is going to implement it as company. And if this project that you propose success, he is a success. If it fails, he will lose his job. That is the reason why B2B SaaS sales is tough. Why? Because it is a decision in his mind. The person that you talk, it is a decision in his mind whether to think, if I implement, whether I will get a good name or whether I will lose my job if it fails. Correct? That is why the product is important in B2B SaaS sales. Do you guys understand? Hello? Think win win. The fifth habit that he talks about is called seek first to understand. Seek. Seek first to understand than to be understood. Seek first to understand than to be understood. What does this mean? Rather than you expecting everyone should understand what you say, you should first follow to listen and understand what other people are telling. Rather than you pushing your idea, it is important to receive their idea because you are thinking about win-win, right? The previous point is about win-win, which means for that this point is important. Habit number 5: seek first to understand than to be understood. So this is where an important topic comes called as active listening. And even in our communication, if you see, there was a topic about active listening. So active listening means not sitting like this and listening. I can see a few people closing your eyes slowly, and I can see few people after once you close your eyes, you switched off your camera, maybe to wash your face or maybe to drink water. But it is important for you to do active listening. What is active listening? Not just listening by open your eyes and ears. It is important to psychoanalyze what the person is speaking word by word, whether this is good for me, whether this is bad for me, whether this will create win-win situation, whether this has to be corrected. Not everything should be accepted, something should be corrected also, right? This breakdown is very important, and he explains this: listen with the intent to understand, not to reply. Listen with the intent to understand, not to just reply. Most people hear, but few people listen. He says, most people hear, but only few people will listen. So he explains into an example storyline. He says that your client's first problem isn't always their real problem. When you listen deeper, the actual problem comes out. This is even in your life when you interact. The first problem is not actually the problem, may not actually be a problem, but when you deep dive, you will get the actual problem. So for that, you'll have to listen, correct? And if you're thinking about growing as an account executive or leader, one of the important thing to do is to patiently listen to what they say and break down. That's where this qualification framework called as BANT framework or MEDIC framework very effective when you actually interact in real time, when you actually interact and when you actually listen properly during the interaction. And that's one of the important topic that is talking in the selling with by Nate Nasrell, because that's an account executive type of a book, and that topic is clearly explained there about how to listen and how to make that person champion. This is point number 5, habit number 5. Habit number 6 is synergize. 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 So in synergize, what do you mean by synergize? It is nothing but teamwork. Teamwork is not just a cooperation, it's a creative collaboration. So Covey says teamwork is not just a cooperation, it's a creative collaboration. He says your family is actually synergizing. If you are having a husband or a wife, you are actually synergizing. If your parents are there, you are synergizing. Friends are there, you are synergizing. When the synergy is good, the situation is good. When the synergy is bad, the situation is bad. If you are able to connect with your best friend, it means you both synergize well. If you don't connect with someone, it means you don't synergize well. Even in your team, even in your office, even in your work, anywhere you go, think about synergizing. See, when I ride my bike outside, I would see sometimes an auto guy and some bike guy will come face to face. Both mistake, both of them are mistake, but both will be looking at each other as if they are going to kill their entire family. And this guy will say something, that guy will shout it back, and the entire morning is gone. Their entire morning is gone. Why? Because they both are not thinking about synergizing. They both are thinking about their own situation to win. Auto guy is thinking to for himself to win. Bike guy is thinking that he should win. But no one is thinking about synergizing. Now, because of both people decided to win, both people failed. Both of them decided to win. I have to go first. I have to go first. Both sat there for 15 minutes fighting and not going faster. Now imagine if that situation happens and one of them just smiles and says, "Hey, it's okay. Even if it's your mistake, it's okay." Immediately that guy will also smile and go. And you would win actually. So for winning, secret formula is to synergize with everyone. Whatever your third person in metro, the other day, I was just standing in metro and one guy stood up from the chair and I wanted to sit. I desperately wanted to sit. Immediately one uncle came and he was rushing to sit. He was trying to win me. What did I do? I just stood there. I just smiled and said, "You sit, please. You sit." Even though I did all the bad words in my mind, but I kept calm. Also, "You sit, please sit. No problem." Because I did that. Because I did that. There was a person sitting three guys away. Two stations later, when he got up, he called me and he made me sit and he left. Because I thought of synergizing rather than winning. If I would have immediately pushed and said, one, people would have thought, "Oh, the old uncle is sitting. What is this guy? Stupid guy. He's rushing." Or that old guy, if I would have shouted at me, something would have happened. Avoiding the situation, synergizing, trying to connect with humans. Everyone has their own problems. Try to connect with everyone. Try to understand. Try about win-win situation. Think about win-win situation. So he says in synergy, so he says in normal mathematics, 1 plus 1 is 2. But when you synergize, 1 plus 1 is 3. He says 1 plus 1 is 2, but when you synergize, when you involve, 1 plus 1 becomes 3. You have an exponential growth. Clear? What we are doing now in the morning 6 to 7 is actually synergizing. We are synergizing here. And you are doing active listening, I hope. If not, you will be sleeping. Something is happening. Okay, fine. Now, the seventh and the final habit that he talks about is called sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw. Saw means the one that you try to cut the tree with, right? Sharpen the saw. So I would like to relate to what Abraham Lincoln said. Abraham Lincoln said, I believe everyone knows who is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said, if I get 7 hours to chop a tree down, he says, if you give me 7 hours to cut a tree, I will use my 6 hours to sharpen my saw. He says, if you give me 7 hours to chop a tree, I will take 6 hours to sharpen my saw. Why? Because 6 hours of sharpening my saw will make sure in the next 1 hour I'll be able to cut the tree clean. But if I don't sharpen the saw clean, even 7 hours, maybe 8 hours, I'll be only still cutting the tree. Correct? He says first sharpen the saw. This is what I tell to candidates also. Before you apply for companies, before you jump into opportunities, first sharpen your saw. First learn. Don't hurry up. I've seen people who, without sharpening the saw, jumped into opportunities and then coming back again now to sharpen the saw. It's not a mistake. And when you decide that you want to sharpen the saw, you are a winner. When you decide that you want to sharpen the saw, you are a winner, whatever situation. But the point to be noted is first sharpen the saw, then you cut the tree. Clear? Hello? Now, sharpening the saw is not just necessary for your work, it is necessary for your physical well being. Sharpen your saw, do fitness, exercise, sharpen your physical bodies, sharpen your mental thing, read books, listen to classes like this, sharpen your mental ability. Do meditation, do prayer, do connect with your family, sharpen your emotional well being. Connect with God or nature or whatever, sharpen your spiritual well being. So sharpen your physical well-being, sharpen your mental well-being, sharpen your emotional well-being, sharpen your spiritual well-being. These are the four well-being that you'll have to sharpen. Clear? Today, this 1 hour, you have sharpened your mind for the next 12 hours of today. This is what you have done. You have sharpened your brain. But again, in next 2 days, you have to sharpen again. That is important. So this is the 7 habits of highly effective people that Stephen Covey says. And it is not magic that you learn. Magic will happen when you start implementing. Magic will happen, and it takes some time to implement. It will take some time to practice. So combining this to a new latest topic called as time boxing. So this there is a concept called as time boxing. So time boxing is a technique which is used by Elon Musk. Elon Musk explains about time boxing, saying that if I don't know time boxing, I wouldn't have been able to successfully manage X, SpaceX, Tesla. See how many companies he has created. It is because of time management, he explains. That is time boxing. So, what is time boxing? It is very simple. You boxing your schedule. Like this hour to this hour, I will do this hour to this hour, I'll do this. Like just in Google Calendar, you marking yourself. That is time boxing in a simple way. So how does it work? You will decide what matters for today. You will box. Okay, this is what is priority. I'll do it from this hour to this hour and this hour to this. Say, for example, I told you case studies is important for me to prepare today. But I yesterday only prepared from morning 10:30 till 2 p.m. I will be doing case study. I have already marked my calendar. And then 3 p.m. to 4:30, I will prepare newsletter for tomorrow. And 4:30 to 7:30, I will prepare carousel post for Thursday, reels for today. So I have prepared my calendar accordingly. So this is called time boxing, boxing the schedule. Allocate a box for each and every single activity every single day, and then review it. So every night before you sleep, time box the next day. Time box the next day. When you when the box ends, you stop. For example, if you have decided that I will read a book from this time to this time, after that time, even if the book is interesting, stop doing it. What is the next schedule? Do that. You bring discipline to your calendar, so your mind will. It is all about taming your mind. Again, the same topic was there in David Goggins' book, right, Amresh? Yeah, only he knows why I called this name. So always make sure that you time box it, put it in a box and put it in the calendar. Clear? Hello? Now connect the 7 habits with the time boxing technique. Now, as I told you, as a free asset, I'd be giving certain things. I would like to quickly show you what you will be getting if you text me after this class, not after you sleep. So, are you able to see this sheet? So, I'm going to give you the 7 habits in a very clear, crystal way. I've comprised it so that you can practice it. And then what I have given is that I have given time boxing planner template. So I have given you a sheet. That is one sheet that I used. I am giving you a sheet. Let me share that to you. I hope you're able to see this, guys. So this is the time boxing sheet. So I have prioritized my things. You can prioritize yourself. There are 3 categories that I have. One is relationship, one is health, one is earning. So relationship pay, there are 3 categories. The blue line, if you see on top, there are 3 categories. One is what are you being? Next is what are you doing? Next is what are you having because of that? Now, what are you being in relationship? Love, forgive, gratitude. This is what you are being. Being a lovable person, being a person who can forgive, being a person who has gratitude. Gratitude means thankful feeling. Now, what will you be doing for that? You have to spend time with your family, with your loved ones. You have to understand them. You have to appreciate them. You have to go out with them sometimes. You have to adjust and adapt with them. You have to do something for them. Now, what will you have to? With whom will you have this? With your parents, siblings, spouse. Spouse means if your husband, your wife. If you're a wife, to your husband, to your friends. This is important to grow your relationship to be a better human. Next is for health. What will you be if you follow this? You'll become a health conscious person. You'll have wellness mindset. So for that, what are the things that you should do? Healthy food. Eat healthy food. Chew the food while you eat, because this is one important. Digestion starts from your mouth, not from your intestine. Exercise regularly. I'm not saying daily, I'm saying regularly. There is a difference between daily and regularly. Get some sunlight, vitamin D, have deep sleep, smile, don't stare. Even at least during the classes, smile. I feel that I'm doing something. Okay. Eat water. See, I have not written drink water. I have written eat water, because water is most valuable thing. You can research about water thought experiment. They have done an experiment where they have taken water in their hand and they have said good things. I love you. You are so kind. I'm thankful. They said good things, and they took a photon microscopy photo of the water elements, and the water element was beautiful to see. It seems. And the same guy took the water and said all the bad names. I hate you, you are stupid, and all those bad things. And then he to photo microscope, they scanned, and the water molecule was actually like a toxic element. That's what they say. Water does not only have the capability to take the shape of the container you pour in. Whatever container you pour in, it will take the shape. But they say it is not just that character that it will take the shape, but it will also take the emotion that you have. And we all know human body is 79% filled with water. Your thought process, your words, your thinking will reflect. If you think about good things, your water will become good. If you always become angry, shout at people, lose your temper, it will become bad, and you will have BP, heart attack, heart problem, and all those disease you will get. So it is important. That is why you see in Hindu temples, they give water as tirtham. You get water like this and you drink. In church, they give it as holy water. They spray it on you. In Islam, when you go to the precious location, Makkah, they give something called Zamzam water. Again, it is water. Water is the most important part. That's why you see in Islam, there is a rule written: you should not drink water while standing. You should drink water while sitting. Even in Hinduism and every culture, there is a respect for water, but we forgot. Why do you do Ganga Aarti? Why do you say Ma Ganga, Ma Yamuna? Why do you celebrate water? Because what our ancient people knew, water is the solution for everything. There is something called as hydrotherapy. Only with water they can cure your diseases. So it is very important to eat water, which means sit calmly, drink water, eat the water. Don't swallow, gulp the water. I've seen people drinking, pouring here, it will directly enter their intestine. Don't do that. Okay. Next is supplements. Today's world, we are not having proper food. It is important for us to supplement with protein or any other supplement that is necessary. You can consult a doctor, check your blood, understand what vitamins or minerals you're lagging. Have that supplement from medical shop. It is very easy to recharge yourself. So what will you have if you take care of your health? You'll have fitness, you'll have disease-free body, you will look young, and you'll have unlimited energy. You'll have that energy to work. See, yesterday I worked till 1 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up at 5:30. I started my day. It's okay. That 3 or 4 hours of sleep is okay for your body. It's more than enough. 3 hours of sleep is enough for your body. We convince ourselves looking at multiple reels that 7 hours is needed. No, your body can perform at peak performance when your mind is aligned. But sometimes it is needed for you to take. Sometimes I'll become too tired. At that time, I'll take. One body says, you listen. That's it. A third category that you can see is earning. So what will you be? You will be a passionate person. You should be a purpose driven person. You should have that abundance mindset. Don't plan your expenses based on your income, but grow your income based on the expenses that you want to make. I'll repeat it again. Don't plan your expense based on your income, but plan your income based on the expenses you want to make. So what will you be doing to have this? You will have to do value added activities. So when you do the time boxing, do the high priority activities. Have that service mentality. When you give, you will get. To get, you will have to give. Skill development, learn certain skills. Say morning 6 a.m. this session is very useful for you because you learn new skills. The more you learn new skills, your brain will get rewired. Hello, right, Paul? Read books, very important to read books. Start practicing to read books. I've recommended this from day one. I've been repeating this to you. Start reading books. Ask me, I'll also recommend books. And work for the goal. Even if it is your day job, even if it is your business, whatever it is, work for the goal, not for the salary. Work for the goal that you should become the best person to do that job. If you do something, everyone should say, this is the best that we have seen. Do the best, work, learn, do whatever you want. Yoga and meditation. You would ask me a question: why didn't you put yoga and meditation in the health category? Why did you put it in the earning category? Understand, yoga and meditation means calming your mind. We learned about alpha meditation in the beta module number 3 of higher force skills. This taming your brain. This yoga meditation means taming your brain. It can also be prayer. Whatever you do, that's for actually earning. You're earning your well-being, not just wealth. Right? And learning mindset. Always have that learning mindset. Focus towards learning. Give priority to learning. And I have also slowly added our agenda also. Skill up RR. Attend skill up RR every time when it happens. Right? So what will you gain? You will gain wealth. I did not write money. Read it properly. I did not write money. I wrote wealth. What is wealth? Wealth means something that makes you rich, not just by the financial term, but also in every other terms. So I also, in this sheet, I also have something called sample day. I have given a sample day schedule, like how my day looks. So you can follow this calendar. I have given time blocks, how I allocate time blocks, what is the task or focus area I would focus, and how I am prioritizing it is high, medium, low, and what type of activity that it categorizes, and what is the goal of that block. I have written what is the goal of the block, and reflection. At the end of the day, I write what happened. Say, for example, if you see the last line, deep sleep, it is to refresh, but I also had the habit of having a quick walk before the sleep, but that did not happen. So I wrote quick walk missed, quick stretch and walk missed that day because I did not have time till 1 I was working and then I slept. I had to sleep. So I will mark it if the task is done, not the reflection, but the task is done or not. It's a sample day activity. You can create something, start practicing it, right? I hope this will be useful for you. So this is time boxing planner. Next is I have given you some deep work and focus toolkit. What is deep work and focus? I have given you Stephen R. Covey's time quadrant template. So the one that I shared you now, I'm giving the template you can download. I'm giving you 8 truths that shape every sales career, a PDF, 10 time management tactics for elite salespeople, high impact sales checklist, maximizing your sales productivity, KPI cheat sheet, 10 time wasters in sales. I've given all these PDFs for you to download. Download, enjoy. Next is tools and apps. I've given certain tools and apps which will help you in terms of time management. One is called Forest app, which will make you stay away from your phone. It will not be allowing you to access your phone until that given time. Notion, there is something called Notion where you can build dashboards of time management, effective thing, budget management. You can build dashboards. Pomo Focus is again, you can set up time blocks for certain activities. Clockify is again time boxing area like a calendar, and you can also use Google Calendar for time boxing. And I've given 3 focus playlists, which is my focus playlist. I've recommended my focus when I am doing some work. Our brain will try to find an alternative. Immediately, brain will ask to open Instagram, suddenly relax. So for that, these 3 musics will be helpful. Why? Because it will calm your brain, help you to focus. So there will be music running mildly, and you'll be able to focus on the work. So these are the 3 music which I regularly hear. And I've given some techniques of 90 minutes. I follow that 90 minutes principle. Whatever task you have, allocate 90 minutes. For reading book, 90 minutes. Doing a specific task, 90 minutes. Exercise, 90 minutes. Allocate 90 minutes bucket window. If not possible, put it as 60 minutes bucket window. So do it in this breakdown, either 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. 90 minutes is very important. And after every 90 minutes, have a 10 minutes break. And single tab rule, one tab at a time. Don't open 1,000 tabs. This is called your hygiene. You have opened 1,000 tabs, you will forget what you are doing. Open one task which is a priority, complete it, and move to the other task. And task shutdown, like whenever you have the task shutdown, okay, this task is ending by at this time, over, done, moving to the next task. Prioritize the top 3. And I've recommended some books for this process for you to learn. In this, I can't mention which is number one, which is number two. All 5 are like valuable gems that you can have. And I've also added some YouTube videos and TED Talks which will help you to watch on your free time. You can put it and listen. So this is a small asset that I thought I should share it with you. Again, understand the efforts behind building these things. It is to make sure that you are becoming skilled, nothing else. No other expectation. You can get this, text me, get it. And again, when you text, keep in mind, give some breather to me also. Don't expect me to send it next 5 minutes. I'll send it before today. Yeah, by today, end of day, it will be ready. And any recording you want, you can text me and ask. I had put that 99 rupees, but you all know the reason is not to get 99 rupees from you. I won't become rich just by getting 99 rupees. I'll become rich when you give me post placement fee, but that is different. But this 99 was to motivate you, push you towards that goal. I hope you understand. Yeah. So that marks the end of today's session. I hope it was useful and helpful. As usual, whatever WhatsApp group you are in, or if you're not in any WhatsApp group, if you're not from Higher for Skills, send me a feedback. And feedback is not insightful session, wonderful session. Don't put that. What did you learn? Put that learning topic and what did you feel? Put that feeling. And if you're not able to type, if you're like me, bad in typing, send an audio message. Very simple. Put it on the group. And few people send it personally to me. Why are you hesitant to put it on the group? Put it on the group. That will motivate others. My purpose is that. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next session. I will inform prayer. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Arvind. Thank you, Arvinda.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Arvinda.
Arvind.
Thank you, Arvind.
Thank you, Aravinda.